Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Jesus Christ. We're live. We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to VKH Live. I'm your host, Jeff. With me is Winona. Hi, Winona. How are you
Hi,
doing?
hi guys. Hey,
Uh,
the delayed response there. My bad.
yeah, no worries. Let me see how this is coming through. It's going okay, cool. We're all good to go. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Had some technical glitches again. I said it in the live chat there, but like the software that I'm using, it seems to be like developing health problems, like a person as they get older, and like it's like slowly more and more breaking. So I'm gonna be getting my own PC and everything probably dedicated for the streaming stuff anyway. Just for the heck of it, and I need it for another thing. So we're gonna have some improvements so that we can fix some of this stuff. But yeah, anyway, so welcome. So this stream is about DADAROMA. We are doing a ranking releases DADAROMA edition. For those of you who are new to this, ranking releases is a series on VKH Live we do every now and then. Usually when an artist has put out a new album, or something significant, like what's happened with DADAROMA going on hiatus has happened with the band, and basically we have a special survey that we send out to fans of the band or just like people who are interested in general, and we pick a type of release that they've done, and we have you guys rank them from favorite to least favorite, and we average out all of your scores, and we get like a kind of like a this is what the people said result of, like, how the how the masses, the millions and millions and millions of VKH Live viewers and VKH press readers, how they view the releases of this band. And as you all know, if you read VKH press and you watch VKH Live, you are never wrong. So it is like the final word. It's definitely not just all opinions and for fun. This is like a final set in stone ranking. And yeah, it's
It's
just
all
fact.
it's all super serious
It's dead
all the
serious.
time. Everything we do is dead serious. Like it's gonna be the end of the world if we're not right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, so it's just all for fun, and wanted to do this one with DADAROMA for a while. So the DADAROMA one is going to be is special. We're doing something different this time. It's a little ambitious, but I think it's appropriate for this band. We usually do like rank all the all bands' albums, and sometimes we include mini albums. I want to do one with like certain bands like the Gazette, like doing a singles one. I think that'd be fun. Stuff like that. With DADAROMA, there's two questions you have to fill out. You can so the first one is which is required. It's really simple. Is you just choose your favorite DADAROMA song, and then the second one is the ambitious part, the challenging part. It's for fans who are up for a challenge, but I'm hearing from people that have tried it that they had fun with it. You're going to rank their entire discography, which is 54 songs. So it sounds daunting, but it's doable, and it's if you're really into DADAROMA, I would definitely encourage you to give it a try. Like just for the heck of it, man. You know, it's I decided to do that because I was curious, what the results would be if we did one of these, and like how many people, for a band as big as DADAROMA would be like down to like, at that point we're just dissecting the entire discography basically. So just wanted to see how it would go, and with DADAROMA, it's pretty appropriate because they I all of their songs are quality songs, and they're young enough that it's not like 100. So um so yeah, definitely give it a shot. I would encourage you to consider doing the second one, the ranking one, if you're up for it. If not, you can. It is optional. We're going to have this open for a week, maybe 2 weeks, and just give you guys like, a lot of extra time for that second one if there are a lot of you that want to fill it out. So that's a lot longer than what we've done in the past, but I think so. I think it fits, what the question is, or like the scope of the question. So I'm excited to see, what people's responses are, and we will do a follow-up stream. So yeah, we'll do a follow-up stream, and we will check. We will show the results. We'll show the results. We'll delve into it like we did with the Gazette. We're going to do this again with LMC very shortly as well. So yeah, it'll be great. So for now, what we're going to do is we're just doing like a quick discography recap. Actually, let me just go ahead and like show you what it looks like, and then I'll jump over to their discography. So it is right here in the article, and
I just sent you a message about it.
Yeah, it works for me.
No, the other link
in the description.
No, in the article itself. For some reason, that wouldn't work for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The survey link.
Yeah.
Okay, it's working for me in Safari live on stream here, but I will go back and check for sure. Yeah, guys, let me know if it doesn't work on any particular thing. One of the challenges integrating all these cool technologies is sometimes they don't work with each other. But these guys better. So sorry, I can't fully expand due to the size on the stream, but oh nice, this auto resizes really well, so it should look good on phones and stuff. So yeah, you're just gonna pick one here. That one's easy, and then I've got everything listed out here by album to start with. You just grab one, and you can choose it by number here, or you can grab and drag and drop. Like so. So yeah. Let's see what else. I believe we kept in. I talked to some DADAROMA fans. Got their input. We kept any instrumentals, which I don't think there was a ton of to begin with, but the only one we took out is the intro to Stanzik, which is their best of album. It's like the carnival music. I think there was a consensus, but I agreed with them, with the fans I talked to as well, that it was a little unnecessary. It's not really a song. So outside of that, I think we got every single other one on there. We have there's one on here that's from YouTube. That was a YouTube exclusive. If I have that, I didn't put it in the name. It's the piano version. I always forget the name. Suki no Uta, the piano version from YouTube. We got that. So we got them all. We got them all. All right. Cool. Winona, what are your favorite DADAROMA songs?
That's a good question, considering I'm a very casual listener and I can't even see the survey right now.
Oh, well, I mean,
please send me a link to the survey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy their This Is
That
Halloween
casual,
covers.
huh? You forgot all of them.
No, I need to look at them. I really like the This Is Halloween cover, and let's see, This Is Live. Great album, great mini album. But that's a good song too.
Yes. This Is Live is I've said it so many times. It's like beating a dead horse here, but on this stream, like I adore This Is Live.
Yeah.
Just as a whole. Winona, actually, guys, fun fact. She gave us on our episode 0 of our podcast, which was like VKH breakdown, which was that was like our very first foray into like some of the newer media and stuff you've seen from us, and that was our test episode, and we talked about DADAROMA had like announced Dadaism #3, I think, at that time, and Winona had a very nice artistic analysis of what Dadaism is, and broke it all down
in art history terms.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. They're very much the appropriate band to be representing the nonsense art form,
Yeah.
So that was great. It was matched by my equally high IQ chronicling of where Masturbation's name came from off of that mini album. So that was so we have good memories with DADAROMA. We've been following their music for quite a while. I sent you the link on Facebook, Winona.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay, cool. Yeah, I would say for me personally, a lot of it's about the hits, and then because I think almost all of like their, not the hits, like the leads on their singles and their mini albums usually like stand out a lot for me. They do a lot for me. This is very much my kind of band from the front, and all the way to like the B-sides and stuff. So when I first heard Oboreru Sakana, like, and saw the PV at the same time, like it blew me away. I was delighted with what I was seeing and hearing, and like the and all of it. And it was like exactly like what my inner VK, fan, like was like, didn't know he needed. I guess I needed like an influx of like heavy music. That was right when that was about to start, I think. And that was actually a song I could show to other people that I had shown Visual K to, and they liked some stuff, and then they would get kind of put off by some of the more artistic stuff, we'll call it, like weird, wild kind of stuff. But I showed them that, and it was just the pounding metalcore was like, yes, for like a lot of people that I showed it to. There's like, yes, that's, please. And really this whole Dadaism #1, which I think might be, it's definitely still one of their best releases. But I would say every single song on this mini album is solid, like really solid. Morphine #1 is it's taking that metalcore and doing a jazz thing with it. Money is like a fan favorite, and it's I don't know how to describe it. There's a little bit of dubstep in there, but it's very I'm having to rework all my genres because of the metalcore thrown in there. It's like a rocking metal song to a degree, I think. Sex kind of reminds me of something like that Marilyn Manson might make with The Beautiful People. Morphine #2, it just has a really iconic feel to it. It's doing some interesting things with the sounds in there. It's set to a very almost like a very catchy rhythm, I would say, and then it's got like trumpets in the background in certain places and stuff like that. And then Belka to Strelka is it's a solid metalcore outro. So that's I guess I've been following this band from the beginning, and like I really just like they've really set like a really big impression. So for you, Winona, is mostly This Is Live, right? You said?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about This Is Live?
Well, see, I do remember Oboreru Sakana, and I do remember that was like, I've seen like all of their PVs, but I'm just see how I put this. I listen in the most casual way. Like, the thing comes out, I watch it and then I probably never see it again. Otherwise, their stuff plays in the background for me while I'm doing other stuff, which is kind of the majority of J-rock for me now. Um, but yeah, I can talk about this as live. Let me make sure that I know the track list.
We're looking at Phantom Pain. That's the one that opens up where he's coughing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I really hold on. Let's see.
Okay. I'll read the chat. If you want to play a couple clips, if you've got it, on your iPhone.
No, I don't need to. I don't need to play the clips. I just need to look at the track list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I remember my thought process for each one. Okay, yeah. So, Aruhi Sekai wa Utsukushi to Omotta. That one kind of caught me off guard because that was like one of their softer tracks, right? It wasn't quite a ballad, but it was really beautifully written and quite complex.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and the kinky. I mean, duh. Like, duh. It's like something that would play sometimes, and like if it like played out loud, I'd be like, yeah, like this is a trashy band. Like I'd have to explain to my friends like what the band's concept is, and they'd be like, ah, it makes sense. But otherwise, it's like you hear the vocalist saying like the kinky sex in the background just over and over and out of context. It's like, what are you listening to?
Yeah. I
And,
literally tell people like if they're unfamiliar, that I'm like if they see this or they hear it, that I'm like just for context, even though it's the music video track, it is technically the worst song on the album, and it's not because it's a bad song, but
it's just like in context of the other song.
all the other songs are so
Much better.
amazingly like and like heavy or thoughtful and all this stuff. And the Kiki is very obviously just a party song, and so it makes sense
Yeah.
in the context of this is live. They have their party songs and stuff. But when I first listened through it, I was like, oh, okay, that's clever. They're doing some clever stuff. I remember, they're doing like their take on like what the Gazette did with Toxic, with pop specifically, kind of having like little pop elements like floating through it, even though it's like a metal song. Like and it's catchy, it's interesting, and it was fun. But I was like distracted by the other songs. I was like, this is amazing. But then the Kiki on a slow burn started to become like one of the main ones I would listen to. And so it caught up to the other ones as I listened to this like over and over and over, hundreds and hundreds of times. This song, Kids War, at the end, is like such a banger. And it's interesting because, it's interesting. It's called This Is Live. This track's been around for a long time, for what I understand, the song at least, because I've seen a DVD of them performing. I think it was shortly after their first single came out, like their first single. Well, no, it would be their second single.
Right. You
Ame no
said that
Waltz.
this mini album was like a compilation of all their live only tracks.
I can only confirm it for Kids War. I would have to comb set list to see if like any of this stuff was here or like under any other name. But Kids War was definitely there. Everything else seems to like really just embody the spirit of their lives. And since I've seen their lives, like their early lives, which is like what this stuff was built on, is like it all kind of checks out. Even the Kinky, like Money is very like the Kinky is kind of like in the same category as Money. Like I could imagine him performing it the same way, where it's like he's got he's telling the audience to sing along a lot, and they're jumping around a lot, and but Kids War, the live clip of the Kids War is great because it's just like they're all headbanging so hard, and so is the audience, and it's like for a a medium small like indie show or whatever, it's just like they're all packed together. It's like a beautiful thing, It's a little spiritual moment they have there with their friends or with their fans. It's great. Let me see what chat is saying in here. 4 hours. It took me 4 hours to fill out the survey. Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, you told me. Genevieve says, it was hard ranking the songs because I didn't listen to all of them yet. So, yeah, I'm going to get into that in just a second. Because I went back and found some deep cuts that I wanted to recommend to people to maybe check out. But since we kind of skipped around a little bit, let me run through these real quick just so, if you are here to refresh your memory, you're aware. So you had Amino Waltz that came out shortly after Dadaism #1. And Amino Waltz is it's like that soft, slow one, and yet also very brutal and heavy and metalcore in some places, and they're in the rain. That was quite the statement to make so early. And then there was Saishu Densha, which is another one of my favorites. And that's the one that you can't find on YouTube really anymore unless I remember they uploaded it and there was nudity involved. It's a very sexual music video. It's jazz metalcore basically.
I remember this one.
And then it got taken down
because it was too, spicy.
Yeah. Too many tits for YouTube, which is any number.
Yeah, and then they re-edited it, and then they tried to upload it again, but didn't they upload a different version too? They uploaded 2 versions.
They had just, from what I remember, they just clipped out the parts where there was nudity. But I don't know. I don't think that's still on their channel, so I'm not sure if that got taken down eventually, because YouTube's gotten more and more totalitarian with stuff like that. So it's they probably got it taken down over time. But yeah, that one was really good. And then you had Happy Halloween was a fun little single. Then you had Dadaism #2, which was a lot more focused on closer to traditional metalcore, the metal side. They'd been jumping all over the place in terms of experimentation, mixing their heavy sound with a bunch of stuff. The PV track was called Lucid Dream, and that I remember that rocked a lot of people when it came out on YouTube, because it's very the PV is very striking. The song is ridiculously striking. There's these plucked strings being played in the background, and then just this intense basically symphonic metalcore, and they just pulled it off so well that and this was only their second mini album and stuff, so everyone's good God, this band, man. Then they had this single. It was a small single, I think, an edgy. I actually don't remember this one. I don't know. I don't have a ton to remark on this, unfortunately. I always forget it exists. But then they had their best of album. Well, I guess it's a best album, but it also has new tracks in it, which again are tracks I suspect were from being played live at the time. So I've only included the ones here that are new, and this is where Risley Circus came into play, and that got them a lot of attention. That's the one that's the PV that got played on the YouTubers React to v-kei, and then they just had a lot of hits from from their previous releases. It was very interesting because they had. It was interesting because if I remember correctly, they had all of their songs from Dadaism #1 on there, and then a select few from Dadaism #2. So they really liked their old stuff, I guess, and then they were trying to go even heavier before they got to this best album. But there's some solid songs on here as well that I'll jump back to when talking about deep cuts. And then they had Yume Tarareba. And that was that was a pretty quick paced song, like a heavy, a metalcore kind of anime intro thing, if I was gonna call it anything. Then they had Zokato Kalashnikov, where Winona, I don't know if you remember like the concept behind this and all this, but it was a brutally heavy song like Duran Gray, but then it was also it looked like they were taking inspiration from like Duran Gray's Vinishuka, as he says, music video.
Anushka, yeah.
Yeah. Or Winishuka, I guess is how Kyo says it.
Nishka is how it would be pronounced because it's not an English word and it's not a Japanese word. So,
Yeah, but this had to do with like, the story is really sad, small childhood romance, and then the Japanese city they're in gets an atomic bomb dropped on it, I think, and yeah, it's very intense, very interesting. So they're starting to experiment a little bit here. I've always said that DADAROMA was like the like I always thought Mejibre was like the kind of like the redheaded stepchild offspring of like the Gazette and Duran Gray. DADAROMA was the older brother with all the potential that the parents paid more attention to.
So favorite child is what you're saying.
Yeah, actually, no, that would be it would be the other way around. Mejibre is the older brother, redheaded stepchild that they screwed up with, and then DADAROMA was the one that they got it right on.
The second kid that's like actually decent.
Yeah, so.
Wow, it's a little too close to home for me. Yikes.
I mean, me too. I'm the eldest.
I also am the eldest.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was our fault. Okay, so Dadism number 3. I was listening to this because I actually never listened to this too often. This is where they really started to experiment. Masturbation is a great name for a song, and also it's it and some of the other tracks on here, they start to move away from metal and more towards hard rock. The thing is, it was a little concerning at the time because I wasn't sure if this was permanent, but it was good. It was good what they were doing. And then these other tracks that they had in here, some of them they still had like a metalcore style to them to a degree. It was like if it had powered down to hardcore maybe, or like a little bit of metalcore in there. So that was interesting. Masturbation was utterly hilarious as a song in PV. Yeah. Then they released Pornograph, which is an amazing single. I would relate it to something like Decadence by Mejibre, which I don't hate Mejibre, by the way. I just, I like to give him shit. They just
fell from grace pretty hard. Grace, so,
yeah. Decadence was was like when Mejibre was like peak Mejibre actually, I would say this is one of their best songs as well. Very like emotional and powerful, pretty solid. And then this one here, this is that came next is I Kusuri Warui Kusuri, and that is they kind of took inspiration from like other mainstream bands, I think you could say. Like I Kusuri is the PV where it's all black and white and doing kinds of crazy patterns, and they're all like inserted in the PV, and it's all it's very much and the songs in a very Duran Gray inspired sound, and the PV is very reminiscent of like Agitated Screams of Maggots by Duran Gray. So you can kind of see they were just like up through here, really. They're like from Masturbation through here, maybe even a little bit earlier. From Yume Tarareba all the way up through like Ikusuri, Waru Ikusuri, they were like really like educating themselves on like other sounds in the genre and trying to figure it out. So you lost a little bit of the edge and the freshness, but you got to see them try a bunch of different stuff. And one of those that they tried was the other A side, which was Warui Kusuri, which was like a really slow, soft song, and it was like it was very surprising, and it was very good. They pulled it off quite well. And so then at that point they come back with This Is Live and just thoroughly like, you know, they just put the exclamation point on who they are, you know, and just like underline it, underscore. It's like they are done experimenting. They are back. They've been doing lives. This is DADAROMA. This is what we've been, you know, this is how we are live. This is who we are, the band. And it's like all of like the sounds that like I got into with them, but like more diverse, more skilled, more energy. It's been great. And then they started to experiment again with Boko Android. They were doing like some little digital stuff, and the PV for that is very ambitious in its presentation and stuff like that. And now they're on hiatus. I'm sad. So that is your recap of the discography. You have any comments, Winona?
I hope that they recover soon very well, you know, because they're a really talented band and they have a lot of really good music that unfortunately I can't keep up with, but I know they put out a lot of really good stuff. There's just a lot of really good bands out there that I can't keep up with right now. But yeah, I don't think this is the end for them. I think they're just going to be hunting for a drummer and just perform with a support guy for the time being.
Well, they actually went on hiatus, they're going
to be hunting for a support guy for the time being.
Yeah, well, they went on hiatus, and we did a couple streams about this, guys. If you want to go back and, you know, get caught up if you haven't seen them, but they have a special announcement that they announced. So they announced an announcement for like October 16th, and if you look at Yoshiatsu's like Twitter, he's dropping little dog whistles to his fans and stuff. It's looking really positive. So
yeah, I think what they're doing right now is like taking applications for drummers and having everyone try out, and then they'll have a whole new concept and lineup when they come back. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Don't listen. Don't quote me. Just speculations.
Yeah. No. Well. Yeah. I already made an agreement with Gula that if I'm wrong, I owe her a public apology. So.
I think you owe her a public shaming. No, I'm kidding.
What do you guys? Did you guys not see my tweets? The Jeff is always right jar. Okay.
Jeff is not always right.
It will dawn on you over time. But when it comes to music of a certain kind, Jeff.
Well, when it comes to also just general life, because there have been times, chat, where Jeff is texting me, and then right after he says something terrifying happens in the news that's oddly relevant to what he says.
Okay, yeah, let's not bring that up because I don't know if I can control that. I don't know what's going on there still. So we're gonna and we're talking about a dark band. There might be enough juju in here that like I don't want to get someone hurt, you know. So let's keep going.
Gosh.
Yeah. So I wanted to recommend a couple of songs. Well, before I do that, I do want to touch on. I said this in the stream article, but I kind of think there's a chance that this is kind of the end of an era for DADAROMA a little bit. Because it was just like the four of them, and they all had like a lot of personality and worked well together. So this isn't like a mild replacement. You know, they were like right in the middle of doing a bunch of shit. You know, so the fact that they went on hiatus means that it was important to the core concept and chemistry of the band that they have a specifically good drummer of some, that matches what they're looking for to replace them. So I'm curious to see if, we're going to get like a new kind of, I wouldn't even say sound, but just like a new kind of attitude, like, or if anything changes. I'm curious to see if anything changes. Because it may not be really the end of an era if they just like keep making the, in the same general progression that they were before. But if they get someone in there that's like, kind of, mixes things up, or like if this was enough that they were like, we don't want to keep doing what we were doing, with with our last drummer, it feels wrong, or it feels right to like start over, start fresh. So I'm curious to see if we'll get like some significant changes in the future, that we wouldn't have gotten before. I don't know. But yeah, so I want to share a couple deep cuts. First are a few songs that I had checked out. Some of these were they were fan recommendations. They were recommendations from viewers in the chat, actually. I saw that they had said some of their favorites, and I noticed I was missing a few of them, so I was checking them out today. The first one would be whoever suggested Quiet Red. Thank you very much. That is a great song. It's a B-side on Zoka to Kalashnikov. Yeah, that song's badass. That song's like it's like a sibling song, or like a version 1.5 of Kids War, and I very much enjoy that song. It's got a lot of like that bouncing, pounding metalcore that Kids War had, with a little bit more instrumentation and more variety in the in the song structure, and they really mix it up just enough, but they really keeps you engaged. It's really fun, So I found that today. I was like, oh man, this is awesome. Another one that I found is Apathy Human, which is the B-side from Saishu Densha. I think I skipped over this, or I just didn't have access to the actual single back when they were still pretty young. And this was this one's just kind of like weird and bizarre, I think it is that the one I'm thinking of? I literally have to play like 1 second of this. I don't know exactly if this is. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. No, this one. Sorry, I got that one wrong. My bad, guys. I got this mixed up. So, but actually, I think most of what I said kind of applies. But it's just very like it's the opposite of Saishu Densha. It's very dark and ominous and very metalcore, and it's more of that like OG DADAROMA. It's a little raw. It was worth adding into it. The one I was about to confuse it for is bizarre, is much more bizarre, is Buriki on which is the B-side on Yume Tarareba. Talaleba. I said it both ways wrong.
Tarareba.
Yeah. So.
Tarareba. Yeah.
Yeah, so this song is bizarre as fuck, and it's really great. This is the one. It's just these like really loud metalcore riffs, and then like this really like this kind of distorted guitar notes that are all spooky and creepy, and then like slow piano notes in the background, and then like that's like the hook, and then it starts with Yoshihatsu just going something like and then they just go into like a slow brooding chorus, and then it just gets like savage, and they just went all over the place, and so that was really refreshing to see, because Yume Tarareba was a very safe song, and it was good, but like it really gave me an extra appreciation, because they mixed it up and mixed it up and mixed it up with in that song. And then the last one was Happy Halloween. I I skipped over it the first time. I thought it was it was okay, but I went back and listened to it recently, and it's fun. I like it. It's definitely going on a Halloween playlist for sure. And so yeah, guys, make sure you have Happy Halloween on your playlist. I guess you don't have deep cuts, Winona. You
Nah, I'm too casual.
are you sold on them from my presentation?
I've been sold on them. I just have no time.
You gotta listen to them in the gym.
I gotta make time. Yeah, no, that's when I listen to them. But then I don't know the names of any of their songs.
Oh, okay, so you probably like them then. Like,
No, yeah, like I like them. I just don't know names of songs. Like I'd have to, when I need to listen to them is when I'm just sitting down.
you'd be like, oh no, yeah, my favorite song is my the bench press song.
The one that I run really hard to, that one's my favorite song.
Yeah.
It's like most music that I listen to though, where it's like, man, I have to be walking down the street to like really get the chance to look at the name. But if I'm running, like all their songs are on my workout playlist, but like I'm not gonna be able to look at it. So.
Okay, I'm gonna list off a few other deep cuts, maybe not so deep cuts. I've touched on a lot of them already. These are just ones that I had that I personally enjoy. And then we'll go ahead and wrap up. Yeah, let's see what else we got on here. I would highly recommend Suki no Uta. It's very it's a slower song, but it's almost like it's almost like nu metal in terms of like the passion that I get from it. Like I hear or like the sorrowfulness of it, and then there's like some smart rhythms in it, but it's instead of like nu metal beats and drumming, it's like just really long or really big like metal guitar strums, and they do a nice job transitioning between that and like some softer parts or just parts where there's no guitar and it's just Yoshiatsu singing. But it's a really impactful song. It's really nice. They have it up on YouTube if you want to check it out. Well, all their music's on
YouTube,
Apple Music,
which is great. They were always ahead of the time.
Yeah. And so that's a solid one. In terms of some really deep cuts, again, like I wasn't joking around. Like almost every single song on here, maybe. I think some people like Sex more than. Hold on, I almost just said something.
You almost caught that, right? Yeah.
I almost just said something that could be clipped and taken out of context. I think some people like the song SEX exclamation mark more than I like the song. But all the other ones are pretty great. Are pretty fantastic. The Morphine, the first two Morphines are like pretty epic. Are just like in terms of how different they are than what you would expect this band to be. And then I think the rest of my recommendations would come from This Is Live. Phantom Pain is fantastic. They're using some kind of ska punk style and rhythm paired up with like metalcore, and Yoshiatsu's like singing in this weird like ascending and descending like vocal tone style like during the chorus, and it's like really like a lot of syllables and just kind of like spooky, and then like it's just a really fast moving song. It's really solid. And then Kids War I would recommend as well, highly. Yeah, I think that would be all the deepest of deep cuts. There's not really a ton that you can get into with DADAROMA that's like much of like there's not anything that's like too hidden, I guess, because a lot of people dig up like a lot of non-PV songs that they like, and they turn out to be like really solid songs. Like Quiet Red I didn't even know about, you know, it's and Buriki I didn't even know about until recently, and like those are B-sides on like, you know, singles that are like I wasn't, you know, that were solid singles, but you could tell they were experimental singles, and I was just like kind of curious of what the PV and the song was like to get a vibe for what the single was like, and that was clearly a mistake. So because the other songs are not always at all like the lead track. So but yeah, it's pretty easy to get through, pretty easy to figure out, and then you just gotta rank all 54 of them. No big deal, right, guys? So yeah. Yeah, that's about it. The link is in the description to the article to get the survey. So best of luck, guys. Thanks for watching tonight. I have maybe like a couple quick announcements, and then we'll go ahead and close out, just for those of you regular viewers. So this is probably going to be the only stream of the weekend. I am I'm doing a thing. So basically this week I had a bunch of like, you know, things that I was trying to launch out and surprise people with, or you know, fulfill on certain things that I'm like trying to, you know, put out, and you know, I got hit really hard by like the rest of my life, mainly my day job, which you know, just wrecked me for like the last 3 days, and so this happened a few times. So so what I'm going to do is for the rest of the weekend, in lieu of streams, I'm going to be planning next week's streams this weekend, and you know, have everything ready to get up, you know, basically like on Sunday, like tomorrow night. And so you could probably expect the majority of VKH lives for the near future to take place on weekends. And then, you know, with certain occasional exceptions if it works out, but it's going to depend on who's available, and if we have a guest that needs to stream that, you know, night as well during the weekdays. So but yeah, so hopefully with that, we can you know, get a lot more planned ahead of time, get the news out to a lot more people, you know, get stuff up, and yeah. So that's about it. Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. Winona, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I'm still here.
Okay, cool. No, yeah, sorry. I'm using my AirPods, and one of them just like not shorted out, but they die. They die so fast.
Oh.
Stupid. So I was like, oh fuck, don't tell me that happened. Anyways, yeah. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. So we'll see you next week. Send this survey or the article in the description to any of your friends that want to check it out. Do it together. Like rank, you know, just you can fill it out together, anything like that. And yeah, so we will talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining, Winona. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Glad I could like not contribute, I guess.
No, you contributed. It's always good to have a casual listener perspective.
Yeah.
Workout songs, you know, it's like
workout songs. Yeah, maybe I should make a workout playlist and then just put that in our Discord.
Yeah, we actually low-key kind of should do that.
I should
along with all our other plans. We'll work that out with all the rest of them. So
eventually.
Yeah. Okie dokie, guys. We'll talk to you later. Peace.
Bye.